Right, okay, so that was the PIPM pattern. That was using the change C to A minor. And when you change chords, don't have this hand wait for this hand. This hand has to fall in with this hand. So it's a good idea to actually analyse what your left hand's doing. And if we're going from C to A minor, then the only finger that needs to move is the third finger. So we've got C, A minor. Now what that does mean is while that finger is moving, this hand can continue. Here's the root note or the bass note for C, and the root note or bass note for A minor. So that can be played while that finger's making its move. So that pattern is suitable for any chord that has its root note on string 5. So that would include, out of your cage chords, the C's, so it would be C, C7, A, A7, A minor, and not one of the cage shapes, it's a long story, but B7 can also use that pattern as well. So as we change root notes, or as the chords change, then the thumb has to start from a different point. So if we're going to go to, we'll switch chords, we'll use A for this one. And when we go to D, this block can move across like that. So for the D chords, the pattern is the same, P, I, P, M, P, I, P, M, but the string set has changed. So we are now playing 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. So as we go from A to D, changes the string set it's playing on. It's a slight difference when we go to the chords that have their root note on the bottom E string or string 6, and we'll use E here. The string, the thumb, beg your pardon, skips the 5th string for now. So we'll go through a little progression now, which is one we've used before. It's A, D, noticing leaving your first finger in place, and then A to E, and again your first finger to minimise hand movement. Although it's not on the same fret, it retains contact with the 3rd string like that. So we've got A, D, E, PIPM. So that's a progression 2 bars of A, 1 and 2 and 3, so that's 1 bar. That's 1 bar of D, 1 bar of A, 1 bar of E, 1 bar of A, E. All the time, keep your foot going. So once you've established that as a little progression, we can then start to tidy it up. And the first thing you can do is practice separately. Although I'm going to hold all of the chord down, is practice your bass parts separately. Because ultimately, the thumb will play a different line. I'm resting this time, notice. This is called palm muting. And it just calms the bass down a bit so it doesn't drown out the trebles. Make sure your thumb is moving. Don't kind of play that as a tune, if you like. It's not like that. Either rest on here, or to exaggerate the feel of the thumb movement, you can rest your fingers on the front of the guitar. That's making your thumb work a lot harder. It's having to kind of reach and stretch a bit, so it'll reinforce the motor skill, I think we call it, don't we? Right, so that's PIPM on your first progression.